Hi there. Thanks for being with me again today. Today I'm doing another recipe and all the directions are down there. This is chicken tortilla soup. It's super. I was surprised at how easy it was to make this soup. And it has to be easy in order for me to do it. Additionally, just because I'm calling it chicken tortilla soup, you could also use vegan chicken. So be aware of that. I personally use it to, you know how you get those of us who buy rotisserie chickens. You know how there's chicken left over and we don't quite know what to do with it. So this is one of the ways that I use the rotisserie chicken that's left over. You can use your leftover vegan chicken, and if you don't have rotisserie chicken, then you can cook the chicken. You can brown the chicken beforehand and put it in the crock pot. And I'll get into all of that during the course of the video. But I wanted to thank you for being here. What you're going to need for this is a crock pot, a measuring cup, 2 cans of stewed Mexican tomatoes, a can of Rotel, and the amounts, the size of the cans are down below as well. You're going to need some chicken broth, some sour cream, some cilantro, some tortilla chips. I like to use the lime flavored. It adds a little bit more flavor to the soup. And you're also going to need Monterey Jack cheese. I get the shredded Jack cheese. You can use a brick of Jack cheese if you want. Okay, let's get into it. So, of course, one of the first things you want to do is take the chicken and cut it up, shred it, whatever. Shredding or dicing will work for the end result. So we're just going to take the chicken here, leftover chicken here, and cut it up. And again, if you're using regular chicken or vegan chicken that's neither of which is cooked, you can. What I would suggest is that you brown it with onions and some garlic, salt, and whatever spices you like. So just brown it and then do what I'm doing now in dicing it all up. And again, if you're not using already cooked chicken, you're going to want to put the chicken in the crock pot to cook with the rest of the soup. If you have chicken that's already cooked, like I'm using here, then what you're going to want to do is wait and put the chicken in after the soup is already cooked and done in the crock pot. You'll put this directly into the bowl as you just before serving. There's some other things that go into the bowl just before serving, so that's why it's good to stick around for this entire video here. And you'll notice how it'll all work out, okay? If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. Giving it a thumbs up helps other people find this recipe. That's always good. We need more of us helping one another in this world these days. All right, so that's pretty much it. And what I'll do is I'll set this diced chicken aside, and then after the soup is done in the crock pot, I'll warm it up just a tad in the microwave prior to inserting the soup into the bowl. Okay? Now for the next step. You want at least half a cup of chopped cilantro to go into the crock pot with the rest of the ingredients, so that's important. Okay, now that you've got your cilantro chopped and you're ready to go, you want to put everything in the crock pot. And remember, if you haven't cooked your chicken or vegan chicken, then you want to be sure to brown that before you put it in here. If you're using rotisserie chicken like I am, you don't put your chicken in here at all. So you take your tomatoes and you put them in there. You take your Rotel, and you can get the green chili or you can get the extra hot, depending on your personal tastes. Okay, then you want to put the cilantro in there. Notice, oops, notice I forgot to measure to a half a cup. But since I like cilantro, we'll see how this turns out. Okay? All right. Okay, and you need a quart of chicken broth, and a quart is 4 cups. So we're going to put 4 cups in there. Okay, and then we put this in the crock pot to cook, and if you're slow cooking it on low, you'll want to cook it for 8 to 10 hours. If you're cooking it on high, like I am, it's 4 hours, okay? So there we have it in the crock pot, and it's just going to cook for 4 hours. Again, 8 to 10 hours if you're on low, and 4 hours if you're on high. I forgot to mention earlier that you need avocado for this soup. You may remember that a couple, 3 weeks ago, they quit importing avocados from Mexico for about a week or so. And during that time, I was able to find Hass avocados. They're already diced, they're frozen. And for this particular meal, you need diced avocado. Okay, so we put this stuff in before we put the soup in. So I mentioned Monterey Jack earlier. We put I use the shredded Monterey Jack, and so we're putting some of that in there in the bottom. Okay, and then we'll put in some of the avocado like that. Then we put the chicken in, unless you've cooked the chicken in the crock pot with the rest of the soup. But again, I make this soup with leftover chicken, depending. There you go, like that. Okay, now it's time for the soup. So now we come over to the crock pot and we dish up the soup into the bowl. Stir it around. Just like that. Okay. Okay, and then let's go back over here and we'll put just a little bit of cheese back on there. But wait, there's one last thing here. And that last thing is the lime flavored tortilla chips. And what you do is you take them and you just crush them on top, just like that. You just have some great soup. Yeah. Margarita tastes good with this too. So if you made it this far, thanks a lot. Pat yourself on the back. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. And we'll see you next week.